Hello, so it is the core principles of game design. Um, there's them listed as narrative, players, characters, level design, prize, reward, challenge, and mechanics. And in different games, you know, players, just the players that play, and the characters, the NPCs, and who you talk to in the game. And level design is different for every game. You know, and it's a prize we also kind of build into both of those two, and also the narrative, which will be the story and like the how you progress through the game, like the final bosses and all. And reward is what you get from each boss, and just in dungeons, you know, you'll find weapons and you'll level up as well. And then challenge, also from reward, you need, you know, reward is based on challenge. You can't just get a reward for doing nothing. And then mechanics is how the game works. So for ideas of this, it was me and Chrissy doing it, and we both had sort of equal input for it. I played games like World of Warcraft, and he played like ESO or Skyrim. So we decided then to pick an RPG as the main idea, main genre. Here it is, yeah. Skyrim was a big one, and then World of Warcraft. And we decided to pick different ideas from both of those games to build on it. One of the main ideas was from ESO that Chrissy told me about. There's the synopsis of the game. So it's well, the map's later, but it's like a big map, and you start and you don't know who you are or where you're from, and you have to progress around the map and learn about your past and defeat the bosses. And then every 5 levels you do a raid, and you can join friends in the raid and help them, or they can help you, and then you progress to the next area on the map, and so on until you get to the final area. And here are the core principles in terms of RPG. So you get the main plot or the side quests, and then like NPCs, as I mentioned, you can have custom characters in this, and it's online, so you can play with friends all around the world. The level design, there's different terrains. You know, there's snow, jungle, swamp, and all that. And they're all different to each other, with different enemies. And surprise, you know, you'll find unique bosses or like a random encounter. And then, you know, you get random loot as well, but sometimes there'll be like key items you get, they're not random. And then challenge, you know, high level foes will show up, or the boss will be higher level than you, and you might have to grind to get to a high enough level to be able to beat them. And then, you know, mechanism, or mechanics rather, is like your abilities, you know, click to fight, and, you know, number keys to use your abilities and spells. So there's the story. So basically you just don't know who you are, where you're from. You progress through the map and slowly find out that there's an evil king on top of a castle in the sky, and you find out that he's your dad, but he's corrupted. He's like let himself be corrupted by a demon, and you have to like break the corruption and save the world. And like he is like shooting demons out in meteors that go along the map, and you have to defeat them as well. There's the map. It's rough drawn, and you start here in Beginnica. That's the opening village, and you do like tasks for like the blacksmith and all. You get weapons, and then you help the town defeat like a small villain, and then you work up through the region of Startica, and there's 2 areas in each. So Startica is 2, then the next one is 2, and then this is 1, the end at Antarctica, and then the final castle is Antarctica, and you just work your way through, and each area has its own like biome. So it's a bit different than what it is here. Swamp's here in this map, but it should be in jungle, and this could be like a snow area. And each area, you know, you find different enemies, so you're not fighting the same thing over and over. And there's mountains here, and like ocean the whole way around it. So you know, just it's diverse. Here's the classes and the races. So you'll have just like the basic human orc, but then you have like reptile, like in Skyrim, and there's 2 different kinds of elves, and then you have tree people, like in Lord of the Rings, and then the demon race is the Daedra, and you have to unlock them after completing the game. So you don't just start with like an OP race. And then the 6 classes, you know, you get your standard like knight, wizard, priest, paladin, postman's archer. So you shoot arrows, and there are like letters on them. And each race is good with certain classes. So human and orc are good with like knight or paladin, and then the elves will be good with magic or stealth or range. And the Daedra will be also good with magic, so they can be wizards. And the reptiles are great assassins. And these are some of the enemies you might find. It just be like an actual, like an animal from real life, and then like something added into it, so like a crocodile, just like a crocodile with swords and all. And then you'll find like in the desert there'll be like big worms or vultures or something, and then like polar bears in the snow or like sea monsters around the outside of the island to stop you from swimming off. And surprise, there'll be like random encounters like meteors or like a random raid you'll have to fight just around the map. And the meteor, as it says, will like give you random enemies to fight, and you'll have to break the meteor to stop them from coming out like waves, and then you get random loot from it that can help you. And there'll be different currencies throughout the game. So the regular currency is the coinicas, and that's CC there, and you just get that from anything doing raids. And you know, there'll be like a marketplace, and sometimes, and then there's a PvP area in the end castle. You have to complete the game to unlock that, and you get rewarded crystals from that, and that's, you know, yeah, the PvP. You can buy stuff only. You can't use that. You can't use PvP items in the actual game because they might be a bit OP. But you can use them in the PvP area, and then, you know, there'll be daily challenges updated like every week or every day, and you get rewards from that, like XP, and maybe you can weapons if you complete all the daily challenges. And then you'll get a group bonus if you're playing with up to a team of people, and everyone in the team gets a bonus. And mechanics, it's pretty much just like World of Warcraft. You know, you walk about, you can click and use your abilities with the buttons. And this game would be good on PC. It could work on console like Diablo has, but it'd probably be best suited with PC, so it has all the buttons, you know, to click about. And you just kill enemies to get stronger, and then kill stronger enemies to get stronger again. And then for assets, I thought maybe in the desert you could have something like the wave in Arizona, where, you know, it just doesn't look like a flat sandy plain. Have like mountains and like maybe caves or stuff like the Qumran caves in Jordan, right? And then you can have like wee jungle huts or maybe igloos in the snow, and like in the swamp, you know, the houses could be on stilts, so they're not in the water. And you know, the castle could be quite gothic looking, so it isn't just like a big stone castle. You know, it looks unique. That's it.